When I started running my very first Google Ads campaign, one of the things I was so confused about was the structure of campaigns. What's a campaign, what's an ad group, what's an ad copy, all that stuff. So thought I'd make a really quick video and just sort of outline the structure and all the layers of a campaign, so you guys are able to make sense of all the other guides and make sense of your campaigns. So, anyways, if you're interested in that, be sure to stick around. If you have a much more advanced level on Google Ads, stick around wait until the next video, and we'll kind of get back to that typical content. But anyways, let's get into it. As we get started, I just want to quickly explain who Google Ads are for, and Google Ads really are for anyone who needs more leads, sales, and inquiries for their business. If you have a business that needs more visibility, Google Ads are going to be a great place to start because you can spin up a campaign and be getting visibility and clicks and calls really within a matter of days. In this video, I'm going to provide a really structured approach to building effective Google Ad campaigns for any business and use examples that will apply to anyone. And I'll outline all the key components of an ads and also share the importance of a well-organized structure and basically explain to you why you do need to why you need to familiarize yourself with this. Because I know when I started, I thought, oh, this is stupid. Who cares about campaigns and ad groups? I just got to get the ads out. But that'll definitely bite you in the butt once you start looking into stuff. So I'll share all that as well. So anyways, the first thing to look at and to kind of consider is a Google Ads account. So you've probably made a Google Ads account. If you haven't, I've already made a video on creating a brand new account. But the Google Ads account is the overarching container for all the campaigns. And in short, it's going to be named something like your business, ABC Plumbing, and that's going to be the entire entity that you have Google Ads. You need an account to make it. That's going to be your billing and all that stuff. So that's a pretty self-explanatory one. We won't talk about that too much, but in short, you're going to have your Google Ad account. That's at the highest level. The next thing is going to be a campaign. This is the first thing you're going to create. I've also made a video on creating your first Google Ad campaign. And campaigns are generally grouped by specific services or target audience. For most of you kind of kicking off, the specific services are going to be what you're looking at first. So for example, a campaign, you might have a separate campaign for residential plumbing services and another for commercial plumbing services if you're a plumber. Obviously, if you do anything else, if you're a landscaper, maybe you'll have one for landscaping, one for hardscaping, whatever. But this is going to be your highest level difference of different service types. Then the next level down, so we have the ad account, the campaign, then the ad group, that's what we're talking about now, contains the ads and keyword related to a specific service or location. So if we kind of stick with the plumbing example, within residential plumbing services campaign, that's your first campaign, you will have an ad group for emergency plumbing services and another for drain cleaning services. That is really important to segment them because one, if you want to promote one more than the other, you can adjust the budget for that ad group. So let's say you are sick of doing emergency plumbing services and getting calls overnight, and you just want to focus on drain cleaning, you can just spend all your money on drain cleaning services. So anyways, that's the next thing. You're gonna have an ad group, again, for each specific service or location. The location one are really self-explanatory. If your metropolitan area has multiple smaller cities, you might have an ad group for each location. This will make it easier if you want to, same thing, spend money more in one area versus another. Instead of having to change your whole audience, you can just turn off the East campaign and focus more on the West campaign or however you segment that. The next level down, getting towards the bottom here, are ads. Ads are the actual advertisements displayed to users. Now, to simplify that, if you Google something, plumbing near me, you're going to see the actual text. Acme Plumbing, 25 years in service, call now for emergency plumbing services. Whatever it says, that's the actual ad. So the actual writing that you see, that's an ad. Now, ads are really important. Having compelling ad copy, which in the case for plumbing might emphasize fast response times, 24/7 service, or whatever, is what's actually going to compel people to click your ad and visit your site. At the same time, it will also help people self-disqualify. So if you're running ads for a certain product or service, make sure you act properly describing them, because the last thing you want is for people to click your ad, you pay, and then for them to get to your site and realize that you don't offer the product or service that they were actually hoping for. This is going to help save you lots of time and, more importantly, even more money. Then the very last thing you're going to have, or nearing the last thing you're going to have, are keywords. Keywords are the search terms that trigger your ad display. So for example, again, we'll stick with the plumber stuff now. Keywords like plumber near me, clogged drain, or leaky faucet. These are keywords that you can advertise for. So when people type in plumber near me, they're going to see your ads. Then the last thing are ad assets. Here, I'll scroll down here so it's easier for you guys to keep track of. Ad assets. These are going to be additional elements like site links, callouts, and promotions. These are sort of the last thing you're going to put onto an ad and are easy to neglect, but they're still important because they can enhance ad visibility and click-through rates by highlighting service areas or special offers. So anyways, there you have it. That's all the terms. That's what you need to know. The last thing I'll talk about quickly before we end the campaign are best practices for campaign structure. So if you're interested in learning more, be sure to stick around for the next couple minutes. So I already talked about it briefly, but you're going to want separate campaigns for distinct services or target audience. Went over that. I'll skip past that. Within the ad group structure, you will want to have multiple ads per ad groups to test variations. So, you'll have different ad copies and visuals for the keyword emergency plumber. You're going to want to see different ad text and then see which ones have higher click-through rate. Another best practice for keyword research is identifying high quality relevant keywords. So you can use tools like Google Keyword Planner to find potential keywords like maybe plumbing repair, drain cleaning, water heater installation, or other high volume keywords that are really relevant to the services you provide. And that way you can run ads for those and test those as well. Another important thing to do with ad copy is crafting compelling ad copy. This is going to be things that are going to entice people to click your ads. So I already talked about this briefly, but you're going to highlight various attributes of the services you provide. So for example, if you have a fast response time, you're going to highlight that. If you have a lot of availability, you can put in that you have 24/7 service. Or if you have an expertise in a certain type of service you provide, you can highlight that as well. The last thing I want to talk about quickly is Performance Max campaigns. Now I'll make a whole nother video on this because it's a very in-depth topic, but Performance Max, or as they're commonly referred to, PMax campaigns, are a really powerful tool in the Google Ads arsenal, and they're designed to maximize conversions across various Google channels, like search ads, display ads, YouTube, Discover, and Maps. So typically when you're running Google Ads, we're just talking about search ads. With PMax, they're going to run ads on all the different networks. These are well used when you have really broad campaign goals, so if you want to reach a wider audience with various services. It's also good if you have really time-sensitive offers. So if you have a limited time deal or promotion, it's great to run that for a brief period. And lastly, if you have very diverse service offerings, you'll be able to target customers with lots of different needs. The way PMax campaigns work is Google's AI tool automatically optimizes ads across all the different channels. So you're going to provide the assets, and Google is actually going to create the ads and placements. Then you're going to put it in the area where it's most likely to convert, hence the name Performance Max. It's maximizing conversions. A few considerations for these is they're going to require high quality assets. It's also going to take some time for the algorithm to optimize. They're not going to be great right off the bat, and you're going to have a lot less control over specific keywords compared to traditional search campaigns. So again, that's kind of the last structure. A PMax campaign sort of runs on its own thing, and it has its own, everything about it is somewhat unique, so it's important to know how that is. But again, if you came to this video, you're probably just wondering about ad groups and all that stuff. So I explained that, but PMax is a unique one. So if you want to learn more, be sure to check out the video on that. Otherwise, I hope you found that insightful. I hope you understand how to structure your Google ad campaigns right now. And definitely experiment with different structures to find out what works best for your business. If you did find this useful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.